Pergamum. History. Pergamos, to which the ancient writers also gave the neuter form of the name, was the city of Mysia of the ancient Roman province of Asia in the Caicus Valley, 3 miles from the river and about 15 miles from the sea. The Caicus was navigable for small native craft. 2 of the tributaries of the Caicus were the Salinas and the Teos. I'm going to assume the K is silent. The former of the rivers flowed through the city, the latter ran along its walls. On the hill between these 2 streams, the first city stood, and there also stood Acropolis, the chief temples and theaters of the latter city. The early people of the town were descendants of Greek colonists, and as early as 420 BC, they struck coins of their own. Lysimachus, who possessed the town, deposited there 9,000 talents of gold. Upon his death, Philetaerus used his wealth to found the independent Greek dynasty of the Attalid kings. The first of his dynasty to bear the title of king was Attalus I, a nephew of Philetaerus, and not only did he adorn the city with beautiful buildings, but it became the most wonderful city of the East. But he added to his kingdom the countries of Mysia, Lydia, Caria, Pamphylia, and Phrygia. Eumenes, too, was the most illustrious king of the dynasty, and during his reign, the city reached its greatest height. Art and literature were encouraged, and in the city was a library of 200,000 volumes, which later Antony gave to Cleopatra. The books of parchment, which was the first used, hence the word parchment, which is derived from the name of the town Pergamos. Of the structures which adorned the city, the most renowned was the altar of Zeus, which was 40 feet in height, and also one of the wonders of the ancient world. When in 133 BC, Attalus III, the last king of the dynasty, died, he gave his kingdom to the Roman government. His son, Aristarchus, however, attempted to seize it for himself, but in 129 he was defeated, and the Roman province of Asia was formed, and Pergamos was made its capital. The term Asia, as here employed, should not be confused with the continent of Asia, nor with Asia Minor. It applied simply to that part of Asia Minor, which with the continent of Asia, which was then in the possession of the Romans, and formed into the province of which Pergamos was the capital. Upon the establishment of the province of Asia, there began a new series of coins struck at Pergamos, which continued into the 3rd century AD. The magnificence of the city continued. Religions. There were beautiful temples to the 4 great gods, Zeus, Dionysus, Athena, Asclepios. To the temple of the latter, invalids from all parts of Asia flocked in there. While they were sleeping in the court, the god revealed to the priests, the physicians, by means of dreams, the remedies which were necessary to heal their maladies. Thus, opportunities of deception were numerous. There was a school of medicine in connection with the temple. Pergamos was chiefly a religious center of the province, a title which it bore thrice Neokoros, meaning that in the city 3 temples had been built to the Roman emperor, in which the emperors were worshipped as gods. Smyrna, a rival city, was a commercial center and as it increased in wealth, it gradually became the political center. Later, when it became the capital, Pergamos remained the religious center, as in many of the towns of Asia Minor. There were at Pergamos many Jews, and in 130 BC, the people of the city passed a decree in their favor. Many of the Jews were more or less assimilated with the Greeks, even to the extent of bearing Greek names.
Christianity. Christianity reached Pergamos early, for there one of the 7 churches of the book of Revelation stood, and there, according to Revelation 2:13, Antipas was martyred, I believe. He was the first Christian to be put to death by the Roman state. The same passage speaks of Pergamos as the place where Satan's throne is, probably referring to the temples in which the Roman emperors were worshipped. During the Byzantine times, Pergamos still continued as a religious center, for there a bishop lived. However, the town fell into the hands of the Seljuks in 1304, and in 1336 it was taken by Suleiman, the son of Orkhan, and became Turkish. The modern name of the town, which is of considerable size, possessing 15 mosques, is Bergama, the Turkish corruption of the ancient name. One of its mosques is the early Byzantine Church of Sophia. The modern town is built among the ruins of the ancient city, but is far less in extent. From 1879 to 1886, excavations among the ruins were conducted by Herr Humann at the expense of the German government. Among them are still to be seen the base of the altar of Zeus, the friezes of which are now in the Pergamon Museum, Berlin, Theater, the Agora, the Gymnasium, and several temples. In ancient times, the city was noted for its ointments, pottery, and parchment. At present, the chief articles of trade are cotton, wool, opium, Valonia, and leather. Message to Pergamum. Revelation 2:12 through 17. And to the angel of the church in Pergamos write, These things saith he which hath the sharp sword with 2 edges. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where Satan's seat is, and thou holdest fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you where Satan dwelleth. But I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel, to eat things sacrificed unto idols, and to commit fornication. So hast thou also them that hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which things I hate. Repent, or else I will come unto thee quickly, and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone. And in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receiveth.
Pergamos, height or elevation, a city of Mysia Minor and Asia Minor, seat of the dynasties of the Attalus and Eumenes, famous for its temple of Asclepius and the invention and manufacture of parchment. The river Salinas flowed through it, and the Cetius ran past it. It was the birthplace of the physician Galen and had a great royal library. It had a Christian church.